How's that? Okay, I feel like that's good. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Mads. We've actually unlocked a new filming area today. We're on my patio. It's starting to feel like fall. I'm in a hoodie. I'm just praying that a helicopter doesn't fly by and ruin my audio because that just happened like 5 minutes before I started this. So welcome to LA, right? Anyways, today I'm gonna do a little informational video. I'm gonna tell you guys all of my favorite editing apps I'm using right now and what each one does and why I use it, and hopefully you can learn a little bit about editing and maybe figure out some nice new ways to edit your photos. All right, let's do it. Okay, first things first, I pretty much edit most of my professional content that I shoot with my nice camera for clients on my iPad. I have this little keyboard setup which makes it really easy, and the pencil that I've lost 4 times that costs like $200. Anyways, my most used app by far for all my professional content is gonna be Lightroom. Lightroom is a photo editing app and it is used on desktop. You can also have it on your phone and you can also have it on an iPad. There are 2 different versions. There's Lightroom Classic, which is only desktop, and then there is Lightroom that is like a cloud version. And that's the one I use because I put it on my iPad. I also put it on my phone and my computer, and then it syncs to all the different devices, which is amazing. So if you're editing a photo on your iPad and then say I go to bed, I'm really tired and I'm like, oh, let me just look at those photos again, I can pull it up on my phone and just kind of go through them. Or if someone asks me for a photo and I'm not near my computer or my iPad, I could pull it up on my phone and send it out, which is amazing. It has pretty much every feature you can think of. So when you open Lightroom, you are gonna see your gallery of photos, and I'll just show you some of the main features that it has. Under the edit tool, you're gonna have the lights. You can change exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, just like you can actually do all these in your Photos app on your iPhone as well. And then there is a color section where you can control temperature, saturation, the tint, the vibrance. And then there's this option called color mix right here, which is my favorite. And this is how I control all the different tones of colors. So I can actually go and select between red, orange, yellow, green, blue, basically the rainbow, and it will pick up that color only within the photo. And you have 3 options to change: hue, saturation, and luminance. And I'm always changing the colors and mainly the luminance and saturation. And it is one of the main things I do to really create a style in my photos where they all look the same. A lot of my photography has deep oranges and really vibrant blues, and that's the way that I change those. So in my photo here of my friend Cindy, you can see that I've brought the luminance down on the orange as well as increase the saturation in the blues, and that really gives it this look that I consider my style of photos. There's other things that I use a lot. Another tab is called Effects, where you can do texture, clarity, dehaze. You can add grain to photos to give them that film-like look. There's also another tab called Details, which has sharpening and geometry and optics. I won't bore you guys to death with all that, but one of the main things I love about Lightroom is you can also have presets, which are basically filters, and you can also import presets from other creatives. So I could create a pack of presets and sell them on Etsy or Instagram or Shopify, and I actually use a creator that I love on Instagram. His name's Ty French. I use a lot of his presets for film edits. You can pretty much do anything to a photo in Lightroom. One of my other favorite tools in Lightroom is called masking, and this is how I smooth a lot of people's skin. So it basically is you can use your pencil and you create a mask and you can highlight certain areas of the photo, and then you can do all the things that that I just listed all those categories to just that certain area. So a lot of the times I'll highlight people's under eyes, I'll highlight some of their skin if maybe their skin isn't even, and I'll smooth it out and remove some of the texture. It's a really great way to edit people's faces without doing a full retouch on their photos. Okay, so Lightroom is my most used app. Another app that I love dearly is FaceApp, and that might be a little controversial. However, some people overdo FaceApp. I do not, and it is an amazing tool for quick editing, especially if photos are just going to be posted to social media and not in print or magazine or billboards. It edits people's faces so well, and it can also help smooth hair. You can add makeup. You can pretty much change anyone's face. However, if you use it very subtly, it is an amazing app to use for photo editing. A huge thing that I love about it is it doesn't decrease the size of the photo. Things like Facetune will decrease the megapixels and quality of a photo. So FaceApp is amazing because you could have a 12 megabyte, photo, and it won't decrease the size at all, which is amazing. And it's just the easiest app to edit someone's face, especially if you're shooting in harsh sunlight or they have like a hair misplaced or you want to remove a blemish. So I am guilty of using FaceApp. However, just use it in moderation and it can be an amazing tool. Okay, I'm gonna move over to some phone apps that I love so much. One of my most used apps is actually this app called Preview. And let me show you the little icon. It is this little grid in the bottom corner, right here. And I use this app to coordinate my Instagram feed. So I am very particular about how my Instagram feed looks. And if you're taking social media seriously, then you should be too. It organizes your feed so that you can see what it will look like before it's posted. And I love to organize my content so that it all matches and is aesthetically pleasing. I use this app before I post any photo to make sure. I have so many photos in here that I haven't posted. There's all these I have not posted. This is the last photo I posted, so you can see how many things I have. It's also just nice to keep recent content in there to stay organized so that you don't forget to post something. You can actually put captions in there as well if you have an idea and you want to save it. And then I just usually go into Instagram and I'll schedule the post the night before. I'm so happy that they added that feature. That was newly added this year. So you can do advanced settings on a post and then you can actually schedule it for a time. So usually I schedule it early in the morning, and you can input your caption, you can tag, you can do everything that you do in a post when you're posting it live and just schedule it. It is, thank you Instagram, you finally listened to something that I liked. Another app I'm obsessed with that you may have never heard of is called Lens Buddy. It looks like this icon right here. And it is basically a self-timer app. So I shoot a lot of content of myself. I don't have a roommate, so sometimes you don't have a friend around. I'll just use a tripod. It basically is a just self-timer, takes photos. You can set the time. You could do like half a second, every 1 second, every 3 seconds. If you have family and you want to do family photos, it's so great. And it stores all the content in the Lens Buddy app, and then you can thumbs up or thumbs down and go through and choose your favorites and then export from there into your photo album. So then you don't have like 300 photos in your photo album. Everything stays in the Lens Buddy app. It's so useful. I use it all the time. Okay, the last and final app that I will tell you guys about is called Tezza, and it is this app here. It is a photo editing app with filters. You can also change things like exposure, contrast, brightness, saturation, and I use it all the time. It costs money, however, it's worth it. I think it's like $7 a month. And one of my favorite things they have are these digital camera filters. Let me pull up an example of one that I did recently. I took some photos with my best friend Anthony, and I actually did an OFTV video with him. So if you haven't seen it, go to my page and watch it. It's called Photographer Becomes a Model Part 2. And I took these photos, which are kind of portrait-like, and I really wanted them to have this old school photo booth kind of look to them. So what I did, let me zoom in. So here's the photo, and if you go to edit, they have all these different filters, but those aren't my favorite. It's actually under this little film, and there's all these film filters that I use all the time, and I used the photo booth one, if I can find it, which created this amazing black and white photo, and I made a collage. It was like 9 squares, I think, and I just think it looks so sick. It literally looks like you were in a photo booth, and it's just one click. It's so easy. The girl that created this app, her name is Tessa Barton, and she's actually originally a photographer, and then her husband worked in tech, and they created the app, and it blew up, and now they are living the life. I think they just bought like a couple $1 million house in LA. So I need to think of something like this and create my own. Okay guys, that's a wrap, and the sun is setting and creating this crazy glare, so it's perfect timing. But thank you so much for watching. Those are my favorite and most used apps I'm doing right now. I hope you learned something new. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me, at Mads, M-A-D-D-S. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.